I'm in pursuit of empowering disadvantaged communities so that they are able to transform their lives.
Hello and welcome to In Pursuit Of. Today's guest is Mr. Sanjeeva Jha, who is the head of Sustainability and CSR at JK Lakshmi Cement Limited. Welcome, Mr. Jha.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine and thank you for inviting me here.
It's our pleasure to have you on the show. We are going to start with a quick fire round and let's see how you do in this.
Okay.
Yes? So your personal mantra when navigating tough CSR negotiations?
Create a win-win situation for all the parties.
Very nice. One word your team would use to describe you?
Empathy.
Sustainability trend you're most excited about?
Climate change and reducing the greenhouse gas emission.
One social initiative you'd steal from another company?
Nanhikali from Mahindra and Mahindra.
Nice. Cement or sentiment? Which drives CSR better?
So finally, cement is also sentiments for generations. So both probably.
Okay, nice one. A book or person that shaped your CSR philosophy?
Fortune at the bottom of pyramid, Mr. Prahalad, CK Prahalad.
And what about, you want to share a bit more?
So this book, I have gone through this book. It is a compendium of, the case studies. And we very firmly believes in, the idea of social entrepreneurship as a tool to bring transformational changes. So this book actually gives you the idea that, the social development sector has to be considered as, as a social enterprise and not in a philanthropic manner. And if it is a social enterprise, then only the local community or the marginalized people could be empowered, as a business person, and then they will start, earning creating the wealth for the, for the company as well as the society and the nation. And they have given multiple examples.
Lovely, fantastic. That's a book everybody must read, I think.
I think that everybody must read this.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So describe your dream impact project in 3 words.
So this is a Naya Savera project, mother and child health care. It's a dream project because, women empowerment. Because I have seen, once a kid's infant dies, the kind of a stress that a woman undergoes is tremendous, So if you are through some projects, if you are able to, reduce the infant mortality, and if you are able to ensure that once the child comes into this world, mother and child, both of them are safe, probably brings the greatest kind of happiness to the society and to the family.
Right.
And that is the minimum that we could guarantee in a civilized society. That if a child is born, he must attend, his life, his or her life.
Right. So if CSR were a film, which would it be?
Yeah, the Swadesh I felt, yeah.
The most unexpected compliment you've received from a community?
So I was working in Nepal, the local community, and I was in a process of land negotiation. And they said that we trust Mr. Jha more than the Nepali brothers. So that I still believe that was the greatest compliment that I have ever received in my life.
That is very special. Okay, so one misconception about corporate responsibility you'd like to bust?
Most of us who are not a part of CSR fraternity and the common civil society at large, they believe that, the CSR is a kind of a tool to camouflage unethical practices of corporate. It is needed that, the society at large and the different stakeholders, the civil society and the corporates, they start believing each other. Probably that will give us, kind of a discourse which will bring transformational changes, both at the community level and the civil society level.
Mr. Jha, you did really well in your quick fire round.
Thank you.
Okay, so now coming to some of the longer and more serious questions is that how does JK Lakshmi Cement approach sustainability in an industry which is often seen as, environmentally intensive?
In my last, more than 8 years of association with cement sector, this is one of the myths that I would like to bust. Cement sector, everybody believes it is one of the largest contributor to the climate change in terms of GHG, greenhouse gas emission. Definitely, cement sector as a whole contributes about 7 to 8% of total entire GHG emissions. But then there are other sectors who contribute more than the cement sector. So that is one. Also, cement sector, particularly in India, they are using all kind of wastes, whether it is hazardous waste, plastic waste, the solid municipal waste, all kind of waste they are using. They are one of the largest incinerator in the industry. When it comes to the environmental issues vis-a-vis the cement sector, GHG emission definitely is a contributor there. So at JK Lakshmi Cement, what we have done, we are committed like other cement, the peer groups, we are committed to net zero by 2050. And we are also working on, in alignment with the Government of India commitment to be net zero by 2070. As a part of this, what we are doing, that we are deploying different measures to reduce GHG emission in our manufacturing process. We also need to understand, as a part of GHG emission, your limestone gets converted into calcium oxide as well as carbon dioxide. So that itself contributes to approximately 60% of your total, CO2 emission.
Right.
The remaining, and then the limestone as a part of manufacturing process needs to be heated at a temperature of 800 degrees C to 1400 degrees C. That comes only through thermal energy.
Right.
So that essentially requires, the fossil fuel to be burnt, like coal and other, fossil fuel needs to be burnt to attain that temperature. So these are two processes where most of the emissions happens.
Sure.
As a responsible, company, what we are essentially doing, that we are shifting from fossil-based energy consumption to renewable sources of energy. So we are eliminating coal with lots of alternative fuels, which is, solid waste, plastic waste and all that, so as to reduce the emissions. So that is one way of doing. Second, for electrical power, requirement, we are shifting from fossil-based electrical power consumption to renewable green energy. So you would be surprised to know at a corporate level, our electrical energy consumption, almost 50% of that comes from green power.
Oh.
We have more than 200 megawatt of captive green power, inside the company. One of our integrated plant, which is in Chhattisgarh, Durg, is almost 85% green power fed, and we are not drawing any, electrical energy from the grid, national grid.
Wow.
So that is very, very essential, and that is very, and we are committed for becoming 60% electrical power by in next 5 to 6 years. Another issue is that, the water consumption. Another critical issue is that we are 5.48 times water positive. So means whatever the water that we are using as a part of cement manufacturing, 5 times, almost close to 6 times we are returning back to the nature.
How?
So it is through, because almost all, each of our plants are zero liquid discharge. Our recycling of water is more than 15%. Then cement is a dry, is a dry manufacturing process. So we are not using water in terms of manufacturing the cement. And as a part of corporate social responsibility programs also, we have a big programs in terms of water conservation. Then STP plants we have put in every plant, every units there. So all of them calculated together, and then we are also minimizing water intensity in terms of minimizing our water consumption vis-a-vis per ton of, let's say, clinker and cement production. So we are reducing that, and we are deploying several measures to that. Another very important thing I would like to, to share with you, that under EPR, Extended Producer Responsibility, Government of India Rule 2016, we are registered as a brand owner and importer. And whatever the target has been given in last 2 to 3 years, we have achieved more than 100% in terms of recycling, reclaiming, and taking back the waste from the urban municipality to be used as a part of alternative fuel. So these are multiple, strategy that we have deployed in terms of reducing our environmental negative footprint. And also, one of the key factors is basically OPC versus blended cement, because blended cement uses less amount of clinker, which is carbon intensive. So we are producing more and more, the PPC or blended cement than OPC. So these are several, a strategy that we have deployed as a part of our, responsible corporate citizen, environmentally responsible corporate citizen.
Can you share an example of a CSR initiative that had long-term impact and, created a tangible long-term value for the community?
So I will give you example from the kind of CSR programs that we are doing in Rajasthan in one of the project location. It is an aspirational district, and the plant is surrounded by the local communities are largely, the tribal community.
Correct.
Couple of years back, we understood that youth do not have any opportunity either for skilling or any kind of alternative livelihoods in which they could indulge into. We started discussing internally, and since that is the only plant in that area, so they were expecting naturally that all of them will be getting job at the plant. So from business side also, it is a not a happy situation, because as of now most of the plants are automated, they are using modern technology. So propensity to absorb workers are getting less and less.
Right.
So what then we started doing, we set up a Sripati Singhania Skill Center there. And we started focusing on providing employability training to the youths who are basically the dropout at the class 8 or class 10th level, and provide them 4 months training programs, employability training programs. And we had a partner for extending that training programs. So we started that program, and for first year, you would be surprised to know that it's largely a very, very patriarchal, the culture that still prevails. And even the female youths, forget about the male youths. Male youths also do not want to go outside. Everybody wants to stay in the home. And parents were not allowing girls to go and attend the training program. So we started this training program. We tried very much. And after, fast forward, this is the third year. We have trained more than 1,000 youths with 80% placement outside Rajasthan. And almost 60% of them are the girls. And you will be surprised to see that this program has been really transformational. It has created other impact also in the community. So I will give you one example. Recently, I visited the site, and I was interacting with one of the girls who is in our current batch of employability training program. And she started, the crying due to the fact that since she joined our training program, she was engaged with a boy, and the boy family broke the engagement. That she is not allowed to go and learn out of the home and learn skills and plan to go outside and have a job. But the mother, she has understood that no, she has to be put into this program, and she said that fine. She broke the marriage, and she allowed the daughter to go and attend the training program. Now she is going to get placement. We have got the placement. She has got the placement. She is going to get a placement approximately at 20,000 rupees plus boarding and lodging in Gujarat. I will not take the name and the company. And so, it is really transforming, apart not only in terms of the changing the individual life, but the kind of, ripple impact it is creating in the larger ecosystem of the local community, in terms of the parental understanding, in terms of resetting the aspirations of the youth themselves, that they were not willing to go. They were thinking that they have to get a job from the plant. Now they are not looking at the plant. They have become more ambitious. So all those things are happening. Our promoter is Srimati Vinita Singhania, and she is a businesswoman, and she is a philanthropic woman. And this training center she created and she set up just to that. Since this is our mother plant, we are running the plant since 1982. So they let the community also get empowerment. And this program is really, helping the youths and the families to change their lives. I'm very proud about that.
So nice. Wonderful. So what strategies help bridge the gap between policy mandates and ground realities?
So Aparna, this is a very interesting question, this is where most of the programs fail. I'm giving you one example, So let's say my corporate CSR policy and my board mandates that I need to, work on education or employability. So that's fine. The policy is that the corporate and the board will allocate some resources to do some education projects. And you do not have the schools, you do not have the girls' toilets, without going to the community. You do not have the teachers in the schools. So you design your program.
Sure.
With the best of the designed program, as soon as you hit the local community, you find a very different kind of scenarios are there. So what are those problems? At the grassroots level, the kids are not into the school. You planned everything, but you never expected that, that the kids are out of the school. The kids are getting, even if they are in the school, almost 40 to 50% will get dropout at class 8 level. Many of them will again get dropout at class 10th level. So we have not factored that. Then also, in terms of the girls, there for all obvious reasons, girls are not motivated to go to the schools in many areas. So that is the problem. Then you also find that though you have planned for school infrastructure, but the real problem is learning level. So why I'm trying to highlight as a CSR practitioner also, each and every project has to have a very strong connect with the local community.
I think you really hit the nail on the head that, we always look at non-profit workers कि हम उनके लिए कुछ कर रहे हैं, पर do they really want what we are trying to give them is the question.
Yes.
And if we treat them, like you said, like as customers, and we give them respect in a different way, it's not like we are doing you a favor.
Yes.
It's a bit different.
So change, I mean, what I have learned, the change is all about the communities that you are targeting. The change is all about respecting their dignity, even if they are sitting on the fringe,
Yes.
So respect their dignity. Once you respect their dignity, that will result into the trust. And change is a process. It is people-centric and process. So process will only happen once they trust you.
That's true.
If the trust factor is not there, so the best, one of the best design program would also fall. And we have seen in many of the programs, those programs fail without, despite the best of the intentions. So that is the reason.
Very, very, very nicely put. Thank you so much, Mr. Jha. We will continue our conversation. And while I keep talking to Mr. Jha, do remember to tune back to In Pursuit Of.